Hello everybody. So the purpose of this tutorial is to using comfyui as usual show you guys how to hide images into other images. For example, this image of Jesus Christ turned to a black and white mask and then hidden in photos like this. You can see if you squint your eyes, you can see the Jesus image, but seeing it in full screen, it looks like a normal photo. Or like this. Again, if you squint your eyes, you can see Jesus. Well, that sounds so weird. And if you look full screen, it's just a normal image. Or this mask of Gaza hidden into like Auschwitz photos. The metaphor is quite obvious. And again, if you look at it small, you can see the text or squint your eyes. Big, it's just a normal image. Or again, in landscape photos, etc., etc. So basically, I have prepared for you guys an archive. It's available on my Patreon page and post in the description. It should be plug and play. You just de-archive it and open it like I'm gonna show you. This is meant for NVIDIA video cards on Windows systems with 8 gigabytes of video RAM. And so basically in the archive, you will find this folder, comfy hidden text. What you'll have to do is open comfy and run NVIDIA GPU. And it should open in your browser window. Takes a bit for it to open. I have a 3090 RTX video card with 24 gigabytes of VRAM, so quite good on VRAM side, but not up to date on the model. It's quite fast on my system, and I don't know. I think you can use Comfy in Apple systems or AMD video cards. So anyway, this is comfyui interface. Don't worry about what it opened here. Just it should open like this on your system. Now you should navigate to the example folder in the archive. And for example, just grab of these finished images. For example, this one with Jesus. And it will open with all the settings you need. In case you don't see this image here because you have different paths, you should choose a folder and an image from example, and I will re-choose this one. In case something is missing or you get errors, just do this here. By the way, use middle click to navigate, to scroll, and scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Again, if something is missing from here, you should rebrowse it. Everything should be in that folder and no prerequisites necessary. So how you use this is quite simple. You have to set up the resolution right here in empty latent image. In this case, the resolution of the mask is 1024 by 1024. It doesn't need to be that specific resolution, but the aspect ratio should be that precise one. Otherwise, you'll get weird stuff going on. Another thing would be you should not exceed 1500 or so resolution on each side of the final image. Otherwise, you may get duplicated characters or split images of stuff like that. So how this works is here you have the prompt, main prompt. landscape photography, trees, waterfall, mist, desaturated. And here you have the negative prompt, things it should avoid in the final image, like worse quality, low quality illustration, 3D, 2D painting. If you want a painting, you should remove painting from the negative prompt here. So now we have our input image. We have this is where the magic happens. There's three state settings you should care about. And this is also some settings we will talk about a bit later. Okay, so let's try this. Now the seed, we will change the seed. This is the seed. The seed changes drastically what your final image would look like. If you use the same seed, and instead of decrement or randomize here, you choose fixed, you'll get the same image and you can play around with the setting. So see subtle differences in the output. Okay, let's try this now. And instead of randomize, we'll just use fixed. We'll run it. It should try to open the model here, etc., etc. You can watch in the command prompt down here. You can watch what exactly is going on in Comfy. So now, what did it start doing? Yeah, it started generating the image. And it's done. This is another one. You can still see Jesus. If you use it a small one, it's still there. Okay. Uh, what you need to do is use black and white masks for this. Make it as symbolic as possible. So in a simple mask, people can tell what that image represents. Using gradients and colored images does not work properly. For this, you can just use in Photoshop brightness and contrast, for example. Come on already. Should have opened this beforehand. Okay, so you can just use brightness and contrast, use legacy, set to maximum, and you move the slider around until you find something you can use like this. I already did it, so no need to do that. Now, the rest of the settings that we need to care about. So now we have this image. Let's try fixed and try another seed. Maybe we'll get a better results. Nah, I don't like this one. Okay, let's try this one. So basically, the main settings are here in the strength in apply controlnet. Uh, how strong you need the effect of the hidden image to be. Let's set it to 1 instead of 1. This should be the default. However, depending on, for example, how long the prompt is, you need to increase the strength to bigger than 1. And if it's small, it works with 1. Let's see what happens if we use the exact same seed, but with lower strength. It's still visible. What if we increase this to 1.5? At one point, it's gonna just be the image of Jesus, and that's it. Yeah, now it's really much clearer. Let's go wilder. Let's go to 1.7 and see what happens. It's starting to just go for the original image. You can see it keeps it very sharp, and you may get some artifacts. Let's go to, okay, now another thing is the number of steps here. This, if you decrease it, it's much faster to generate, but you'll start to lose details. See, it gets blurrier, and you will start to see artifacts around here. So hit it to 20 again. The CFG. The CFG means how strong it adheres to the prompt here. So you'll see landscape photography, trees, waterfall, mist, desaturated. Basically, from what I recall, decreasing this to 2 should be closer to the prompt. So you'll get more desaturated, more misty, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's more desaturated now and more misty. But just leave it to 6 or whatever. So yeah, this would be it. Let's try one with the Auschwitz one. Okay, like for example this one. Again, in the examples, you can just drag and drop the optical pattern images, the ones that start with optical pattern, and into comfyui like this, and it will open the configuration for that particular image. So you see the mask. Again, what is this artifact? This is really weird. Yeah, fixed. If it doesn't show up here, you just rebrowse it. So let's change the seed. Original photo. Again, the resolution should be close to the resolution of the original image, same aspect ratio at least. Don't go above 1500, 1600 on any side, just upscale afterwards. And see what happens if we have this prompt here. Auschwitz, old photo, barbed wire, buildings, train tracks, black and white. Because the resolution is bigger now, it should take a little longer. Yeah, here we go. Train tracks. You see the word Gaza superimposed. The metaphor is once again obvious. Let's try again. Auschwitz. Is this written correctly? Yeah. Auschwitz, old Auschwitz prisoners. Barbed wire, buildings. See what Comfy comes up with. I don't see any prisoners. Let's try malnourished. Crowd. It put accent on the buildings and not the prisoners. There we go. We have some prisoners. We have Gaza here superimposed. Again, you need to squint your eyes or zoom out and you will see it. Let's try another one. Sometimes you get artifacts, things that don't make any sense. Sometimes they are visible, sometimes not. This is... You can see the pole for the barbed wire is really huge and the barbed wire is quite big. And you have a foot that comes out of nowhere and stuff like that. We'll try again. And I guess that is about it. You can play around and hide text and images in other images. This bypasses the algorithm on Facebook and social networks because the texts are invisible to them, so they don't know what you've written there, what you've hidden. So you can basically change the target audience. If there are people that like landscape photography, you can hide photo of Gaza genocide inside them. So even though they're not into the Gaza bubble, they will receive that particular message. And especially on phone, it's really visible because the screen is much smaller and you can see it directly. See, it's also quite good. And that's about it. So once again, you just unpack the archive. That is the link to the post from Patreon is on the video description. You unpack it, you open comfy hidden text folder, comfy, run NVIDIA GPU. After it opens, you drag and drop one of the optical pattern images here. If the source image is missing, choose file to upload again. Get the mask that you need to. Change the resolution so the aspect ratio is the same as the image, or just use the exact same resolution of the image, but careful not to exceed 1500 or so. It can work with 2000, but you get unexpected results. Get a prompt. Basically, usually you leave these settings as they are, but you can play around with the strength, start percent and end percent. These are harder to explain what they do, but basically start percent is once an image with that prompt gets generated, and what point of the generation do you start adding the text, and at what point of the generation do you stop adding the text or the mask or whatever you use. So basically, if you don't have, if you start at 1, these are not percent, 1 is 100%. If you start at 1 and finish at 1, it's not gonna do anything. See, let's do this. So it should not be doing anything because yeah, it didn't do anything because it didn't have any time frame for which to start. Another thing, so basically usually you leave start percent at 0 and the end percent you can get it smaller. So basically it's gonna do, if you set it to 0.5, it's gonna do have the image with the text and then try to polish it, finish it without the text or the mask. So it probably will not be really visible, but we can play around with it. It's still visible, but not so visible because we decreased the end percent. So yeah, that should be about it. Hopefully you join Patreon and experiment yourself. There's no prerequisites necessary. You just open the archive, open a Comfy and play around with it. So see you guys. Bye. Thanks for watching.